A deputy in Florida has been arrested following the release of video surveillance showing him burglarizing the home of an elderly man who suffered a fatal injury during the hurricane. Now, this deputy apparently showed up to the scene after the sons of this elderly man found that he was unresponsive following an injury that he suffered. He shows up with a group of cops and realizes that this man is going to be rushed to the hospital. Unfortunately, he died a couple hours later. 90 minutes after police had initially showed up to the scene, Deputy Jason Cooke came back to the home and proceeded to burglarize it. So Deputy Jason Cooke was taken into custody last week on burglary and grand theft with a firearm charges for allegedly robbing the home of 85-year-old Moe Rosoff, who fell during the storm and later died. The sheriff's deputy allegedly found the garage code in a dispatch log and used it to gain access to the home 90 minutes after paramedics took the gravely injured man to the hospital. So the paramedics showed up to the scene initially. Now, the footage that we're about to show you is from a camera that was set up in the home by the family members of the elderly man who tragically passed. And they wanted to do that to kind of keep an eye on him and make sure that he was okay. Well, they noticed that there was a cop who showed up to the home, and at first they thought, oh, he's trying to help out. Maybe he's trying to get the medication for our father. But it turned out, no, he wanted to steal their father's medication in addition to cash and jewelry. So we have a little bit of that footage for you. We'll show it with our mics up because I want to talk over it. And it just shows this cop going through all of the stuff, like going through all the cabinets and going through drawers. In one part of the footage, you can see him popping a pill in his mouth. He later goes into the master bedroom, and that's where the jewelry was. And the family members are saying the jewelry is now missing.
So, by the way, it took the other cops from this same town 5 weeks to actually arrest this guy. Now, if you went into somebody else's house and they had video of you stealing things super clearly, do you think it takes 5 weeks to arrest you? Or perhaps they get to it right away? And then they were still trying to deduce whether he did drugs on the job. We see him popping the pill into his mouth in uniform while on the job.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. Later, they confiscated more drugs from his patrol car. This is not a complicated question, and he apparently did this all the time. And think about what a bad guy this guy is. Because at that time, look, if the guy was dead, it's still horrible, 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 right? But at the time, you don't even know the guy's dead. He's like, oh good, somebody got injured.
Someone got injured, was rushed to the hospital. The house is empty, let me go burglarize it.
So he is at his most vulnerable, and his family will probably want to comfort him too. They'll all go to the hospital, and so when they're suffering the most is when I'll rob them blind. By the way, I'm a cop. Now, to be fair, they did eventually arrest them.
5 weeks after the family members gave the cops that surveillance, okay? Just to give you the exact dates, the family reported the video to police on September 20th. Cooke was not arrested until October 19th, nearly 5 weeks later. When the police department was questioned about that, they responded by saying that they wanted to ensure that he would go to rehab prior to his arrest.
And because they care so much about the people they arrest normally. Like when they're arresting African Americans, they're like, wait a minute, I just want to be really, really careful. Are you getting rehab first? Okay, now I get it. Look, they look out for each other because they're buddies. And no matter how, and this is an inarguable bad apple, right? And this doesn't have anything to do with training or anything that we normally talk about. It's just a guy who's a criminal who happens to be a cop. And even then they're like, okay, after we get him rehab though. Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, he clearly does need rehab. And look, I'm not gonna treat him differently in regard to his drug addiction than other people. Like he should get help, right? But he also did something criminal and he deserved to get arrested. I'm glad it eventually happened, but as we know, there is a two-tier justice system and they do tend to look out for their own. And just to give you some more details in regard to what officers found in his car through an investigation, his patrol car had 60 pills, including a narcotic painkiller, muscle relaxers, and other medicine. Now, if he's taking that on the job, that is incredibly dangerous, especially if he's operating a vehicle and especially when he's in possession of a deadly weapon like a gun. So
yeah, when he's interacting with people and in highly stressful situations, and he's got a gun on him, that is a recipe for disaster. So luckily he's off the streets now. Support independent media. Come join us at the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.